Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Reading from Srimad Bhagavad Gita as it is. Chapter 6, verse number 47. Yoginam api sarvesham madgatenantaratmana Shraddhavan bhajate yo mam Same yuktatamo mataha. Translation and purport by His Divine Grace A.C. Bhaktivedanta Swami, Srila Prabhupada ki jai. Translation. And of all yogis, he who always abides in me with great faith, worshipping me in transcendental loving service, is most intimately united with me in yoga and is the highest of all. Purport by Srila Prabhupada. The word bhajete is significant here. Bhajete has its root in the verb bhaj, which is used when there is need of service. The English word worship cannot be used in the same sense as bhaja. Worship means to adore or to show respect and honor to the worthy one. But service with love and faith is especially meant for the Supreme Personality of Godhead. One can avoid worshipping a respectable man or a demigod and may be called discourteous. But one cannot avoid serving the Supreme Lord without being thoroughly condemned. Every living entity is part and parcel of the Supreme Personality of Godhead, and thus every living entity is intended to serve the Supreme Lord by his own constitution. Failing to do this, he falls down. The Bhagavatam confirms this as follows. Ya esham purusham sakshat atma prabhavam ishwaram na bhajantyavajananti sthanad vrishta patantyadaha. Anyone who does not render service and neglects his duty unto the primeval Lord, who is the source of all living entities, will certainly fall down from his constitutional position. In this verse also the word bhajanti is used. Therefore, bhajanti is applicable to the Supreme Lord only, whereas the word worship can be applied to demigods or to any other common living entity. The word avajananti used in this verse of Srimad Bhagavatam is also found in the Bhagavad Gita. Avajananti ma mudaha. Only the fools and rascals deride the Supreme Personality of Godhead, Lord Krishna. Such fools take it upon themselves to write commentaries on the Bhagavad Gita without an attitude of service to the Lord. Consequently, they cannot properly distinguish between the word bhajanti and the word worship. The culmination of all kinds of yoga practices lies in Bhakti Yoga. All other yogas are but means to come to the point of bhakti in Bhakti Yoga. Yoga actually means Bhakti Yoga. All other yogas are progressions toward the destination of Bhakti Yoga. From the beginning of Karma Yoga to the end of Bhakti Yoga is a long way to self-realization. Karma Yoga without fruitive results is the beginning of this path. When Karma Yoga increases in knowledge and renunciation, the stage is called Jnana Yoga. When Jnana Yoga increases in meditation on the Supersoul by different physical processes and the mind is on him, it is called Ashtanga Yoga. And when one surpasses the Ashtanga Yoga and comes to the point of the Supreme Personality of Godhead Krishna, it is called Bhakti Yoga, the culmination. Factually, Bhakti Yoga is the ultimate goal, but to analyze Bhakti Yoga minutely, one has to understand these other yogas. The yogi who is progressive is therefore on the true path of eternal good fortune. One who sticks to a particular point and does not make further progress is called by that particular name. Karma Yogi, Jnana Yogi, or Dhyana Yogi, Raja Yogi, Hatha Yogi, etc. If one is fortunate enough to come to the point of Bhakti Yoga, it is to be understood that he has surpassed all the other yogas. Therefore, to become Krishna conscious is the highest stage of yoga, just as when we speak of Himalayan, we refer to the world's highest mountains, of which the highest peak, Mount Everest, is considered to be the culmination. It is by great fortune that one comes to Krishna consciousness on the path of Bhakti Yoga to become well situated according to the Vedic direction. The ideal yogi concentrates his attention on Krishna, who is called Shyama Sundara, who is as beautifully colored as a cloud, whose lotus-like face is as effulgent as the sun, whose dress is brilliant with jewels, and whose body is flower garlanded. Illuminating all sides is his gorgeous luster, which is called the Brahmajyoti. He incarnates in different forms such as Rama, Nrsimha, Varaha and Krishna, the Supreme Personality of Godhead, and he descends like a human being as the son of Mother Yashoda, and he is known as Krishna, Govinda and Vasudeva. He is the perfect child, husband, friend and master, and he is full with all opulences and transcendental qualities. If one remains fully conscious of these features of the Lord, he is called the highest yogi. This stage of highest perfection in yoga can be attained only by bhakti yoga, as is confirmed in all Vedic literature. Yasya deve para bhaktir yatha deve tatha gurau tasyete katita hyartha prakashante mahatmanaha. Only unto those great souls who have implicit faith in both the Lord and the spiritual master are all the imports of Vedic knowledge automatically revealed. Bhaktirasya bhajanam tadiha mutropadi nairasyena mushmin manaha kalpanam etad eva naishkarmyam. Bhakti means devotional service to the Lord, which is free from desire for material profit either in this life or in the next. Devoid of such inclinations, one should fully absorb the mind in the Supreme. That is the purpose of Naishkarmya. These are some of the means for performance of Bhakti or Krishna consciousness, the highest perfectional stage of the yoga system. Thus ends the Bhaktivedanta.
Because human life is meant for spiritual advancement of life, not for advancement of eating, sleeping, mating and defending. That is cats and dogs' life. Human life means advancement, spiritual life. Tapo dibbang putraka jena shuddheta satta. We have to purify our existence. That people do not know what is impure existence and what is pure existence. They do not know. There is no education. There is no science. Because we do not understand that we are living entities, we are part and parcel of God. God is eternal, so I am also eternal. God is always fresh, I am also fresh. Nitya Sasvatayam. Purana, although Krishna is the oldest person, Krishna is Adi Purush, he must be the oldest. Nava Jauvanam, Advaita Achyati Anadi Ananta Rupam, Adyam Purana Purusha, Nava Jauvanam. This is Krishna's feature. He is the Adi Purush, the oldest. Aham Adi Devanam, Krishna says. I am the origin of all the demigods, Brahma, Vishnu, Maheshwara. The Brahma Sangita supports it, that Adyam Purana Purusha, Lord Brahma says. The Lord is Adyam, he is the origin. Krishna also says, Aham Sarvasya Prabhava, Matta Sarvang Pravartat. The Vedanta says, Janmadi Asya Jata, Janmadasya Jata, the Supreme Lord. So he is the oldest. And we being part and parcel, we are also the oldest. Nitya Nityanam, Chaitana Chaitananam, we are also Nitya. And Krishna is also Nitya. We are also living entity with knowledge. Krishna is also living entity with knowledge. Simply, he is our leader, he is the supreme, that's all. So, we do not know how our existence have been polluted. That we do not know. We are just like cats and dogs. We are taking birth and dying without any knowledge. Bhutta bhutta praliyat. But this is not our position. Our position is as good as Krishna. Krishna is all-powerful, we are minute. He is Vibhu, we are Anu. That is the difference. Otherwise, qualitatively, we are all one. So, why you are under this obligation of taking birth and dying again. This is our impure existence. This is our impure existence. So this human form of life is meant for purifying this existential position. No more birth, no more death. As soon as there is birth, there is death. If there is no birth, there is no death. So, this can be done simply by Krishna consciousness. Simply by developing Krishna consciousness. That is explained in the Bhagavad Gita. Janma karma me divyam jujanati tat. Divyam, this very word is used, divyam. So, we have to undergo austerities, penances for this divyam, for transcendental life. Divyam. Tapo divyam, little tapasya. In the Kali Yuga, we cannot perform very severe. Krishna is very kind. He has given us different opportunities for elevating to our transcendental life in different ages. In this age, because we are so fallen and so limited and so badly associated, that it is very difficult to undergo severe austerities and penances. We cannot go into the forest, we cannot perform yoga systems very nicely, we cannot perform yajnas, we cannot worship the Lord in temple very nicely. So many difficulties. Therefore Shastra has given us concession. Kalauta dhari kirtanat. In this age, simply by chanting this Hare Krishna mantra, Mahamantra, one can be elevated. Chaitanya Mahaprabhu has blessed. Iha hoite sarva siddhi hoibe toma. If you chant this Hare Krishna mantra, you will get all perfection. All perfection. So, everything is there, but we do not wish to take advantage. Tapasya, human life is meant for tapasya. We know in our Indian history, all big kings, they went to the forest, tapasya. The king Bharat Maharaj, under whose name this planet is called Bharat Varsha, he left his kingdom, young wife, children, everything, at the age of 24 years. And he went for tapasya. So the Pandavas also, everyone, their last stage of life should be especially meant for tapasya. Not that up to the point of death we shall remain addicted to this worldly life. No. So, this life is meant for purifying our existence. That means stop this cycle of birth and death. Janma mrityu jara vyadhi dukkha doshanudarsana. We should always keep in front. We may think, we may be puffed up as very much advanced in material comfort, but you may do so, but at the same time, you should keep in front Janma mrityu jara vyadhi. You should always think that what advancement we have made. Have you stopped dying? Having stopped birth? There are so many contraceptive methods, but the population is increasing. The birth is going on. Similarly, we have discovered so many nice medicines, but people are dying. You cannot stop this birth, death. They are trying to remain as young men, as young women, but they are getting older. So, intelligent man should always keep in front that what advancement we have made. Simply struggling. A struggle, a heavy struggle, a hard struggle. That struggle, we are thinking this is advancement. We're struggling just like ass. The whole day and night you are working. Actually I am working very hard, but I am thinking that I have advanced. Janma Mittu Jara Vyadhi. We are trying to find out so many medicines, so many humanitarian work. What is that? There is famine, there is struggle. Why don't you do something so that people will not be anymore in famine, anymore in distress? There will be no more scarcity of water. That is required. So these are the problems. And so however we may solve all these problems, the problem of material existence, birth, death, old age and disease, that cannot be stopped. Either you become Brahma or something like that. That is not possible. That is possible only by Krishna consciousness. That is explained in the Bhagavad Gita. Mam upeta kaunteya dukkhalayam asasatam napnuvanti mahatmana samsiddhim paramangata. Mam upeta kaunteya dukkhalayam asasatam. This world is recommended by the creator of this world as dukkhalayam asasatam. It is the place for miseries, and that also temporary. If you want to make compromise, all right, it may be miserable life, I will stay here. That also will not be allowed. You will be kicked out after some days. You may try to become very comfortable, good income, good bank balance, or nice wife, nice car, but one day it will come, you will be kicked out. Please get out. Finish. Mrittu sarva harasya ham. Krishna says that I am Mrittu. I take away everything at that time. Finished everything. So, this is our foolishness, that we are trying to be happy in a place which is recommended by the Creator himself, dukkhalayam asasatam. Dukkhalayam. This is called foolishness. Therefore, Bhaktivedanta Thakur says, anitya sangsare mon. We are already in a distressed place and we are increasing our distressed condition of life. That means we are becoming more and more ass by the name of so-called advancement of education. Jara vidya sa mayara vaibhav tomar bhajane bhag. If by advancement of civilization we forget God and forget the mission of our life, and that is nothing but to become like an ass. Unnecessary work. The ass, the example is given the ass because ass has no sense. He works very hard. You have got experience. The washerman's ass. It is loaded with 3 tons of cloth and takes it to the ghat and again brings it. And what is the result? He gets little grass. That's all. But he has no sense that this grass I can get anywhere where I am so working hard for this washerman. And therefore it is ass. I take 4 chapatis, but I am working so hard. There is no limit of my working. And one day, Krishna comes, please get out, finish. So we are all asses. Therefore, Kaviraj Goswami says, Krishna je bhaje sevaro chotu. Only intelligent man is he who is Krishna conscious. Otherwise all asses. Krishna je bhaje sevaraja. So that bhajan, Krishna is teaching us, he is beginning the yoga system. Yoginam api sarvesam madgata antaratmana sadhyaman bhajate jo ma same yuktatam. He is first class yogi. So we shall discuss first class yogi from tomorrow again. Thank you very much.
Up to what extent the society has succeeded in India for promoting Krishna consciousness?
Now you have come, it is success. This is success. You have come to Krishna consciousness. That is our success. Formally you are not coming, now you have come. So that is our success.
Considerably impressed Western materialistic countries by being a spiritualistic country, why India has forgotten the greatness of the Godhead?
Because there is great propaganda to cut down by your leaders. They are naturally inclined. Anyone who takes birth in India, it is to be supposed that in his past life he was spiritual. Bharat bhumite manusya janma haila ja. There is great opportunity for persons who are born in India for spiritual advancement. Unfortunately, by force, by propaganda, we are suppressing them. That is the cause. We are suppressing them. Otherwise, still we get experience. We hold this Hare Krishna festival in Calcutta, Bombay and other places, here also. Many thousands of people are coming. Because at heart there is Krishna consciousness. But by external forces they are being suppressed. That is going on. It is not natural, it is unnatural. Natural is every Indian is Krishna conscious. That is natural. By artificial means they are being suppressed. This is the misfortune of the present day of India. Can be done. There is no, in the educational system, no Bhagavad Gita. Just see. How much unfortunate. One Indian girl in Berkeley University, she asked me, Swamiji, what is God? Just see. She is Indian, where God takes birth, Ramchandra, Krishna, and she is now materially advanced. Now she is asking what is God. This is our position. The land where gods come, from that land is advanced students asking what is God. This is our advancement. Hare Krishna.
Is it necessary that God should be worshipped in particular form only?
Well, there is only one form, bhakti. There is no other form. It is not a particular, it is the only. Just like there are 9 holes in your body. The only one hole will be used for eating, not other holes. If you push your footstuff in other holes, it will be useless. Similarly, God is one, and to understand God, the only process is bhakti. That's all. There is no other process.
How a devotee has arrived to this particular form?
This is in the Shastras. God says, Bhakta mam avijanati. Only through devotion one can understand me. So not the devotee has discovered. God says, this is the only way. If you want to know God, you must know Him by the process He recommends. Don't discover your own way. Not that jatamat tatapad. you discover all rascal moth and God will be available. No. If you want to know God, then this is the only. Bhaktya mam abhijan. Javan jaschami tatta. That is the only way. There is no other way. Chant.